Hey guys, I just wanted to say a little something about Butch Vaughn. He was a great friend to us as well as he was to many people. He helped me and Pam get started in drag racing. We was first getting out there and trying to figure out what to do, and he would give us good advice and help us along if we needed something. He would always be there, and we've been good friends for many years, and I've always tried to help him when I could. And he was just a really good friend, and he loved the Lord. The last part of his life, he really grew close to the Lord. We would talk about the Lord a lot of times, and I know he would always tell me that not to get excited when I was in the race. If I was doing pretty good, he'd say, "I'm pulling for you." He said, "You're going to be okay. If you just don't get too excited." And I'm sure a lot of you have heard that and heard him say that. And he'd always ask me to pray for his family and pray for his friends, that they would come to know the Lord, that they would get saved and get in church. He asked me that every time I talked to him, and I always told him I would, and I always have, and I'm going to continue to do that, because even though he's not here, that's still his wish for his family and his friends, to get saved, to get in church, to love the Lord, so that you can come and be where he is. He wants you to wake up in the arms of Jesus just like he did the other morning. He wants you to be able to see all the many things that he's experiencing, be with all the family and friends that's already there, so that we could all be together in everything.
Are you looking to deck out your new ride, update Old Faithful, or just show off those sponsors that keep us going? Check out Maddox Designs on Facebook for your decal needs. Whether you're needing a new name number set for your race car or just needing some decals for your business, they will be able to help. Got dull or flaky paint on your car? Don't stress. Brandon carries Hitman Paint and Body in Pendleton, South Carolina, can fix it all. From minor touch-ups to major repairs, he knows how to make your vehicle look brand new again. Using quality materials and paying attention to detail, he ensures you're happy with the results.
And we roll in to stock eliminated. What a fun final this is, stock eliminated. Jeff Longity on the left side, the stock automatic Corvette 346 hours, issue style 1062, the North Carolina native. And Morgan Taylor, also her home national event. The C-Stock 7 no 350 machine on the right. Morgan dialed 1057 in her first career. Final round. Jeff Longity has been here before. He's got one national event win. Morgan Taylor's never been this far, trying to join Hudson Chad as an NHRA winner. They're off and running on the green. Basically wheel race to the finish line. And the win in stock in Charlotte is going to go to Morgan Taylor for the first time in her career. 10:56.7. Morgan Taylor has won the 4 wides here at Z-Max and stock. And Byron Warner gets it done. National event win number 9 for the former world champion. Super gas, ready to go. David Griffith on the left, out of Winter Garden, Florida. And J.J. Brock on the right, out of Pickens, South Carolina. J.J. Brock is very much in the World Championship conversation in Super Gas right now. Already a winner this year. Can he add a second one to the mantle? Or does David Griffith have what it takes in his first career final? They're off and running, 990 on the board at the finish line. It's a first-time winner for David Griffith, 991.2 with a 008 reaction time. David Griffith rolled into his first career final round with a man racing for a world title on the other side of the racetrack and locked J.J. Brock out. 008.
Fat Rabbit and Stick Show, hey buddy.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Just getting trying to get through the week. I don't know if a little bit of race coming up this weekend with some of the bracket finals guys down in Union. I think I get some rain coming.
Yes, I noticed. I noticed where they decided to stay with it and continue on. They was going to make a decision today. I noticed they made a decision to go ahead and try to go on with it. But yeah, I'm like you. It looks like there's going to be some weather for sure. But man, I don't know how many if the other people that's watching if they like it, but I really enjoy the videos like the final rounds. That's pretty cool. But
we just getting used to this, but I wish we would have cut the music out on there on the Morgan and the JJ. That way they could have heard the commentators. But man, what about her winning stock? That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's they've been at it for a long time, for a while, and she's done like made rounds, and Madison's getting going and stuff like that, and Chad's really to me successful, and whatever he sits in, he does a great job. But yeah, that was super cool because you see how excited they were there on the starting line. I know Billy was. Shannon, the whole crew was all excited for sure. But
share the story of the first round. I heard it on her. She got interviewed in the winner's circle. I thought we might have had it, but I seen where.
So I think it was. I believe it was first round, or at least they ran. It was the class.
Yeah, they had the class. Yeah, the Cardi class. Yeah.
And so she hits. And like she's in the wheel stand and realizes there ain't no steering wheel hooked up, and so luckily everything was good. She lands it and doesn't hit anything, thank goodness. But she's I'm assuming probably thinking, one, I'm glad I didn't hurt myself, hurt the car and all that. But then it's like, well, here I am done lost. Well, she finds out later that the car she run is too light. We went across the scale. So that's a pretty cool little story to come back from that. And because it looked like I was looking at some of her runs, it looked like she's pretty good on the tree for the most part of the day. Like I think there was one run she may have missed it, but I think pretty much after that she's pretty solid. I thought the car was pretty good too. So that was neat. To see that, and but I saw where Kaylee Tate. That I know you had the video of her and her blazer. That was pretty cool. I believe that's her first win. Not sure, but she beat Robbie Philbeck in the finals there at Shady Side. That was pretty neat.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Then to see JJ. Runner up, that's pretty cool. I think
he's got 2 more races left or something, but he's in the hunt for possibly maybe winning the world championship, and he's gonna have to still produce, but he sure has done well this year, and looks like he might get him a world championship or something if he keeps plugging.
Be pretty cool. Yeah, I did see one more local. Was Bo Upton. He was a semifinalist in Super Comp at Z-Max this past weekend. That was pretty cool. And I've talked with different ones over the years. Bo's he amazes me. His schedule is dwindled down a lot racing over the years. I mean, just life in general and work and such as that. But he shows up and always is a contender to win. I mean, everybody knows it's watching. It's one thing bracket racing. You got to be on your game, and you still got to cut. Be good on tree, drive the finish line with rod racing or 90 racing. But there's a lot of variables there with the throttle stop and stuff for him to be able to roll out there and just still stay competitive is just, testament to him. That's pretty cool. But before we get into the Greer results, I was seeing the video of Butch. We definitely will miss Butch. He was a staple there at Greer for forever. I mean, I don't think the gates could open if Butch wasn't there. So one thing about him, as years went on, you could tell he didn't feel good, physically, but he was at home there at the racetrack. He was always like he wanted to be there. And he always asked, and I'm sure you got, something you can share too, but he always asked, how we were, just my family, my extended family, and then he always going to end up with something funny.
Yep.
Gonna say something funny, So, but yeah, he definitely will miss him for sure. But
same here. He, my dad, they kind of in the same shape, waddling around the racetrack, and they like you say, they love my dad. He loves, but he always ask, "Hey, McClare Thompson." I finally said it, honey. Love you. But he would. He always asked, "How's my dad? How's my kids? How was this and that?" And I talked sent Sandra a message when I first heard of it. He that one picture of him sitting in that old truck, one race that I remember that I was pulling for him, just really, really pulling for him. His last race, really, that he run, he got down to 4 cars, and there was a foot brake guy come in from, I think they were headed up to the World Foot Brake Challenge or something, and they swung through here or through Greer, and he was foot brake, but he foot braked in pro. Anyway, Butch lost to him at 4. I remember the night you had Kip run Wilson at 4, and then Wilson won and had to run the other car. But that's the one night he probably was the
crowd favorite.
Crowd favorite. He was that night, and he was, at the end of it, he could have won the race. He wouldn't have been no happier, but did a real good job. But that's one memory that I think. But like you said, I just seen him at the concession stand the other day, and you can't help but speak to him. If you're near him, you're gonna speak. He's gonna speak, and I know he's struggled for a while now with being sick and stuff and issues, but he's in a good place.
I was thinking, you see that some of them videos or pictures of the grandkids. That's another thing I think about is the grandkids. He riding them around and such. But Morgan had posted. She was thanking us. That's really cool to see her do well and really good. But I hope I didn't butcher your story, Morgan.
No.
In her,
I tell you, I was so tickled for Morgan though. Like she said, she ran over in juniors. I remember her running around there, and she'd come by the trailer and speak, and she's done well for herself.
Billy, and then go back to Billy's days, starting out with the Nova and progressing, and he just put effort into them now. So it's pretty cool to see for sure. Hit us with Greer's results, Tom.
Well,
did you want to bring Chad in?
Yeah, we'll. Hey, Chad, how you doing, buddy? Congratulations, bud.
Good.
In the junior dragster class, we had Bristol Thompson over Rodney Hyatt. That was a pretty good payday for them. I think the margin of victory, it was 0-0 something.
Like 5 or 6, maybe something like that.
5. It was just a good run. All them kids was laying down some really, really good laps. And in the foot brake, had I call him prime time now because it seems like when it comes time to shine, he gets it done. But
So
Chad,
you, you got to give him some of those glasses that Dion wears now. Some of them sunglasses. Get him a cowboy hat.
um, but Chad Dotson over Steve Wagner, and Steve, I mean, he was doubled all the way down to what 6 cars,
Yeah.
and I mean, he was putting on a. I had to run him at I think it was fifth round or so. You know, he's double low, 9 on me, dead on, and I'm 11 and dead on, and you know he takes a 1,000th finish line on me, and but he was. I just know from that race. I talked with Chad earlier. From the time I rode around there for my first time run, all the way to when I lost and I double entered, them cats. And I told Mike because I was kind of being a little cocky when I rode around there. Mike, you know, come up and hit my card, and I said, "I'm gonna get them today. I'm gonna get them today." Well, after about 2 times coming around there, I told him, I said, "This is the hungriest bunch of fools I ever seen in my life because they are absolutely." I think Brent Hite was triple low the first run. I go back on there again. I don't know who I made a time run against, but they double low. Then I go into the dash for cash, and I think they was all double low. I go around there first round. That dude's 0-1, and I was like, man, I'm just in the way. I don't even know why I even thought I could come over here and do this, but you know,
I still think y'all set me up on that $50 bet, I believe.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I should have said nothing about it.
But you know, it was coming down because you had Brent. There was 6 of them, and Hank was talking it up. I did give Hank a shout out. He was talking it up. You had Brent Hite, which you had picked him at the last, and then Chad. And I was like, it's gonna come down. They're gonna run each other in the finals before this thing is settled. You know, the deal was whoever made it to the finals.
Right.
But that would have been very interesting. But it worked out, and Chad, he took care of business. I knew when I took him, I had it probably.
Hey, what about your juniors? You said Bristol Thompson, she won, right?
Yep.
Over Rodney.
Over Rodney, yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
And on our 50-50 money we give for the dash, our $50 we give dash. We Ricky Dunn picked that up, and then Bo Sims got it in the junior dragster. So
that's cool.
Ricky sent me a thank you today, and we're glad we're able to do stuff like that for everybody.
For sure, yeah. Oh, I was trying to think if I had anything else. Oh, before you go further with the 10K, what about our boy Terry Wasson? Wins the race and then he seals a deal to win the track championship.
He rolls in 3 rounds behind. His buddy Eddie Atwood has to run the guy, I think, 2nd or 3rd round. It's and Eddie Atwood took care of business. They get down, and the rain comes, and they have to set. If the rain, and he come back and after the rain and won the next, I think there was like 5 cars left. Won that, and that secured the points, and then he went on and won the race. So congratulations to Terry. He really that whole I know his mama. She sure is proud.
Yeah.
Ought to be, but the whole family, they all. Eddie and all those been piling up and going down there, and some people's like, why are they going down? But I think they really just enjoy getting away. They love the track. Eddie brags about the track all the time. And then, you know, Terry's got that small tire car down there, and I think it clicks off the numbers. So it must be a pretty good working track where he can go down there and do what he's doing.
Yeah, I seen the picture. It's pretty cool because Renee got to go. I seen Ricky and Angela, and then Terry's whole crew was there. But looked like to me. It was pretty neat to see all of them, piled up in the winner circle picture. That was pretty neat. But I know Renee's definitely super proud. So
got old Jackie Robinson watching.
Appreciate you, Jackie. Did you had some couple people that had you did some little report on?
Yeah, I got before we get digging in with Chad. You was down to 6. You had two entries with Wagner. We had Brent Hyatt, Chad, of course, the Oldsmobile Cutlass. I don't know that guy, but I heard he was at the World Foot Brake Challenge doing well, I think. Y'all may know him. I don't know. And then Trent Holyfield. And I'm going to tell you what, Trent, he is probably the most energetic guy about this bracket racing. And he's got some really good years and days and races ahead of him because he's got the little old truck, rather, sitting in there, and then he goes. He don't sit at the house and just run his. He goes. He travels around. I've seen him at Bristol and different places. But I just talked with him, and I'm just going to read if you're okay with it. Just a couple things that they told me.
So is this the Fat Rabbit pit report? Is that what it is?
This is the pit report. Yeah, the pit. Going into Saturday, he was wanting to get into a routine and just having fun. He had started to lose that feeling, and his main goal was to win for sure, but mainly just go some rounds and build some confidence that he had lost. And that's easy to do. I mean, you get to doing bad and you beat yourself up and overthink and over-try things. He was just talking about how he loved this event because a lot of you local heavy hitters show up and they come out to run at the best track in the South. Going into round 1, he had to run his buddy Sammy Neese, and I think it was a great lap. He turned the wind light on. Second round, he had a bad boy, Daryl Powell, and he got the wind light on that. And then the rain come, and then he's thinking, I was sitting over there thinking myself, I was still in with 2 entries, and I'm thinking, man, if it rains out, I'll get me some money, but then you're like, man, I can get on it and get rolling, and he did too. He's like, man, I think I'm doing good. I can get on it. So they got the track dried up, and Mike Greer, I knew he wasn't going to call that thing. It was too early. But a shout out to them on them getting the track back ready to go. Anyway, the third round, he had to run Kelly Stevens, and I think he laid down 12 total. So he's getting it dialed in. Next round, he had to run old James Patterson. And, James, he can get it done. You got that old station wagon's rolling on top end. But anyway, he's down 11, and he gets tossed out of his lane, had to run a local racer. And he didn't know him by name. He couldn't remember his name. But anyway, he made it through that, turned the light on, and then he's down to 6 cars. And, of course, he had to run Chad then.
Prime time.
Yeah.
Prime time.
Anyway, he just felt honored just to get called over to I think they must have talked up a little money, but he felt honored being around there with some, and he recognized y'all as some of the best. You got Wagner, Chad, you got Brent Hyatt. He's the one that told me about the Oldsmobile being at the World Foot Brake Challenge. So I figured anybody going to that probably pretty decent, pretty good foot breaker. But anyway, his day ended with Chad, but I think it was like a 9,000th margin of victory, and just he really wanted to thank Cody Spears. I think Cody put him on E85 and stuff, and I noticed. I listened to the thing rolling around, and I was going to the bathroom or something. And he passed me, but that old thing really sounds good. It sounds like it's, you know, some of these cars you can tell they tuned in there and they sound right. He passed me, and I thought to myself, I said, man, that thing sounds good. You know what I mean? Um, I seen it a few weeks ago. He was over at Bristol and bowed up on the brake pedal, and the light turned red when he staged. I don't know if y'all seen that. I don't know what caused that, but
Judge,
anyway.
kind of capping that off with him. To me, Trent's one of these guys that's really hungry to continue to get better. Not only his equipment, but him as a racer, and that's what it takes. I mean, you got to keep working at it to get better. But yeah, he's done he does a great job, and his time's coming. And like you saying, mixing up with guys around there at 6, you got to keep pulling around. Keep making those runs. It's gonna fall your way, and uh, so hats off to him for sure. But did you have anything on? Like you said, Wagner, and give you a little bit of.
Yeah, Wagner. I got a little information out of Wagner. He first of all, he want to thank God for the success. He's been had a good year. That he showed out up there at Bristol. And um, he basically wanted congrats to Chad. But he made 16 runs on Saturday before red lighting at 6 with one entry. So out of the 12 competition runs, 6 were decided by 009 or less.
Oh wow!
I mean, and like I was saying, they might not have been a gazillion cars on the yard, but the ones that was there, they were flat getting after it. Um, he 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 was in the right place, right time for the day, making some great runs and some good enough runs. Long day with the rain, but thankfully the crew got it dried up and the track was great. And the whole day. But his car was on it. Like I said, he was doing really good. And, I knew when I pulled up over beside him, I had one of the toughest ones on the yard.
Well, I feel like what you're saying, the two in the finals, not discounting nobody else there. Y'all both, I know Chad fusses, but both of them has had really solid years. I mean, to do what they've done on the bigger stage with money. Terry said prime time is the, but y'all, Chad fusses, can't get nothing rolling, but he stepped up and had on the bigger stage, and you've had success at Chase. I mean, and so is Steve. Steve's has been really solid this year. Not saying he ain't been good in the past. It's just he's had one of those years you just just be thankful for and ride it while it's there. But yeah, it's Chad. Kind of hate to put you off a little bit there. What talk to us about? I mean, talk to us about your day, but talk to us about the race in general.
Yeah, I mean, I'll echo a lot of what Tom's already said there. It wasn't the biggest car count by no means, but the ones that was there again, I mean, very, very solid competition. I mean, a lot of solid runs made all day. There, I don't want to. I don't make it sound worse. I didn't have any cupcake runs. I mean, I'll definitely say that for some. You better been pretty solid for the most part, but yeah, I enjoyed the race. Thank for Mike and S.H. Carter and all the other ones that's involved in allowing him to have that race each year. I mean, it's there. You know, like you mentioned, I mean, there's people that ask me about it at other tracks and stuff. So I was glad to see, you know, some participation from some of the surrounding tracks, and then I was really glad to see the Harper gang that out of Virginia that came down. I mean, they had like 4 or 5 cars with them. So they're again, I mean, words. I mean, you know, social media stuff. Word gets out. So I mean, there's obviously some that you know that could have been there that could that you know would be there but couldn't because of other opportunities, other requirements. But they're again, the ones that was there definitely didn't take away from the competition level for sure.
What now? I know they had Farmington had their points race Saturday as well, so I know that affected some there. Because
Bristol with their DER.
I would say, yeah,
You mean like Todd McKinney won it last year? I'm sure he would have came back, and some of the other ones, even Cody and Jessica and stuff as well. So there again, I ain't trying to point fingers by no means. You know that
no,
you gotta make your decision to go wherever you want. So
yeah.
people, you know, I went.
Uh-oh.
He froze up on us.
Yep.
I kind of I don't know where he was going with that, but like as a promoter or as a track operator, it would be really tough to stay off of everybody's dates.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. You can't stay off of everybody. You know, and you can't please everybody. So I think kind of what he was saying is, you just got to pick a date and roll. You know, roll with it. But it sounded like y'all had a good, solid core group there that was getting after it.
Yeah, he was talking about that Virginia bunch. I got a hold of one of them guys, and you know, I'm thinking I'm gonna be all right, but he throwed it down too. It's like, man, ain't none of y'all giving nothing away around here.
Well, and I think wasn't if he gets back in, I think wasn't Hot Rod Fincham, wasn't he?
Fincham was there. Yep.
That's good.
I think I heard it too. I think I heard. I don't know between time runs. I think he had like 2 triple O lights.
That's
I think
good.
what I heard.
Yeah.
But you know it when you got a solid track, you can set up on kill and everything's gonna be. It's all about consistency and everything being the same. And you know, guys like him, they know how to get up on the wheel, and it was
Sure.
it was good. It was a good turn. Like I said, I really figured more pro cars would come over there like me and take a chance, pull the box out and try it.
Yeah.
But
they deserve it, but we talk about Mike and Alicia and what they do for us, I want to give credit to the staff. You know, I don't think we do that enough, like we should. I think you got Joe. Joe works staging lanes. You got Kevin there, working the time check booth. Adam, I know Hank filled in this week. You know, Walter Faulkner, and then you got Terry helping out in the tower as well. That's huge, and the staff that's in the concession stand. You got Jana, and you got Michelle that really help out. You know, at the gate and the payouts. It's cool to see all these folks helping out and stuff. And your rescue, we appreciate them too.
Oh yeah.
Chad, jump back in.
Sorry,
was you doubled up, Chad, or was you doubled Saturday, or did you just one entry?
Well,
Sorry about the interruption there. I don't know. I went to SOS on a cell signal here. You think I'd take some money and buy some internet, but anyway. Yes, I was double entered. And I lost. I won my first entry, first round. So Trent said he had to run Sammy Nice. I had to run. Me and Sammy both run each other on both of our dash for cash runs, and I turned around and hooked him with my first entry,
Oh my God.
first round. And then I hooked Phil on my second entry, and I'm 0009 red on him. And I made the decision. I was like, I'm just going to thank you, Tom. I'm just going to focus, and I've done this before. I mean, I've done it at Farmington at their Bigfoot break race, and I don't know. Instead of feeling like, and I told some others, I said this might be the dumb decision. I said because as I just got to mention, the level of competition was there. You almost sort of feel like you need that second entry just as a security blanket, maybe. But instead of trying to rush around with two entries, I'm just going to take my time and, just concentrate on one. So anyway, I rolled around there for second round, my first entry, and had to run Ronnie Forrester, and they're getting another tight run. And I did turn on the wind light. So, in my mind, I thought I'm just going to roll with this one entry. And yeah, I know Rusty was saying I fuss or whatever. I mean, I haven't had a very successful year at Greer. I mean, the last 2 years, actually, I can't get past second, third round, seems like. But all in all, really, I mean, I don't know that I drove any better. I wasn't doing anything different this past Saturday than I have at some of the points races in the past. We all talked about it, when it's your day or right place, right time. I think Steve even said that in his notes he gave you there, Tom. But
Yeah.
I just had I caught some breaks. I'm not going to lie. At 11 cars, I had to run one of the guys I don't know where my phone cut out. The Harpers that came down from Virginia. I had to run one of them at 11 cars. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but all those guys are solid racers. And he's red, and I'm actually 40 on the trees. So, I mean, I wasn't happy about that, but I got away with it. Just to turn right around and come back at 6 cars. And when I ran Trent, is one of them when I left the start line I knew I caught it better, and I thought, gosh, don't fall red. And it fell green. So in my mind, I'm kind of feel like I've hit that pretty good. And which there again, I was 006. Trent's 012. He's 2 above his dial in, so he left a little bit of room there for me to get in on top end. But then I turn around and come right back on my buy run, go to the right lane. I hadn't been in the right lane all day. And I thought, you got a free hit here on the tree. Just hit it. Because the nighttime racing is what I've gotten to where I struggle. And yeah. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it or anything, but I'm 50. Well, actually, I come back to the pits and I hand my son, Ethan, he's into it now. He was at this point in the day. We're getting down to late rounds, and I can't see without my specs on anyway. So I just hand him my ticket, and he said, each round he said, "You want to know what your reaction time was?" Oh yeah. So anyway, so I handed him my ticket there after my buy run at 3. He said, "You want to know what your reaction time was?" I was like, because in my mind when the tree fell, I felt like I hit that, and he says 05. I thought, ain't no way. I said I was like 015. He says he picks up the ticket. He says 0506. That's 50, no matter how you want to add it up. And so I'm there again. I'm back hard on myself again. How are you 50? How did you be 50 on your reaction time? And so now I'm going in the finals against Steve, who I know is going to make a good run, and I'm coming off of a 50 bulb. What do I do to make a change here? And to tell you, when I left on Steve in the finals, that I honestly feel like it was almost a little bit of a guess. On paper it says I'm 18, if you would have asked me at the 60-foot mark after I left on him what kind of bulb I had, I couldn't have told you. It ain't like I hit it and knew I hit it or anything of that nature. But so we're rolling down through there, and I mean I got a fender or so on him, and I give a rip, try to tighten him up just a little bit, and in my mind I know how Steve normally drives on top end, and shout out to Hank there because I've listened to y'all's video where he says, watch him on the top end because that's when the front ends are going to start to drop. So in my mind I'm thinking Steve is going to drop on me here, and so I've got my foot on the brake. As we're entering the traps there, I'm like, okay, I need to be ready, and I sort of jab it a little bit, but it ain't like I let. It's like I was gonna prepare for his drop, and he doesn't drop, and so we go through, my wind lights on, and then I get the ticket and said 001 margin of victory. That was definitely not what I was trying to do. I mean, it looks good on paper, but that is definitely not what I was going to try. But there again, going back and listening to the video, I mean, my stuff's quiet with the mufflers, but you can hear Steve. He gives it 2 rips back earlier in the run, so he's done scrubbed what he, and good job to him on that. I mean, he scrubbed off, what he needed, and I about turned around messed up by making it too tight at the finish line. So
he puts it dead on, don't he?
He's 30 dead 3.
Yeah.
I'm 18 and 12 above. So no, 18 and 14 above. So
yeah, that's cool.
You knew what you was doing all the time.
Nah, not really. Like I said, I mean, by no means am I trying to belittle. I'm thankful for the win. I'm thankful for a good day at the races, but to say that I'd done anything spectacular, no. I mean, I was 20s, and I told some of my I've been stuck in like a 20 and 30 bulb range for the last couple of weeks. That seems to be my my quote unquote spot, my comfort spot. So I would really like to build if it's a delay box, I mean, I'd definitely pull 12 or 15 numbers out of it, but I don't have that option. So, I mean, but there again, I caught some breaks. The Harper run was definitely the break. And just,
That's all right, buddy. So we'll get, there's another day.
But going back to Steve, I mean, me and him was joking around. I mean, yeah, he's had a very solid year. And it seems like me and him have both done, the big race or the quote unquote bigger races. I mean, he showed out at 2 out of the 3 WFC races. I obviously had a good WFC event. I had a good trip to Norwalk, and then now here Greer's paying $10,000, and we're in the finals. I mean, it's almost like we need to be hitting the big money stuff instead of the smaller stuff or whatever. So
Trent won't know where that was against him at 6.
Yeah, the 50 bulb. I ain't proud of that at all. So, but there, I mean, we don't race at night that much anymore, and I mean, I ain't trying to make excuses. I know my eyesight obviously ain't what it needs to be or whatever. There's something about the nighttime stuff. Honestly, I get lost, or I'm at a loss. I'll put it that way.
I think what messes us up, I'm with you. I went to nighttime the other week, and I know I'm slower, but I can't get that deep in the red zone because that's where I'd be going. But if I get me I can be teen something. But once I get that one hit, and I feel like I'll roll it out, and I have one in the night, but it's very rare. But we don't run enough to where I can consistently say I'm just gonna roll it out. I got to have that one hit, and then I feel like I can adapt. Which, like you say, it's a little tougher on you because you already deep stage. You can't chunk it in. Other than go up on converter or something, or just try to hit it better. It's tough foot braking when you're slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, so I think my next option, I'm going to have to build me like a 490 card foot brake. I mean, that's
Hey,
get me
Jeff Bagwell would love to hear that.
get me out of the beams or something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've got my car running as fast as it's ever have. I got it leaving as hard as it's ever left. On alcohol, I'm getting older, and it ain't helping. I mean,
so we need to get with Jeff on the rules in the 490 Outlaws. Can you foot brake and run the 490 class at the same track?
well, let's. We're the whole 490 obstacle. I can't. I ain't got. I can't afford to do 490 something. That ain't even. I'm just saying that's the only way I think I can get out of the beams any faster than what I'm doing. So,
Tom, you missed Michael Hart was talking you up, saying that you did a pretty good job swapping feet. So you had one fan there.
Yeah. It took me several rounds to get. I got it. Like I said, I run that Monte Carlo, the Oldsmobile, and I just was 7-11, and then I run him. Uh, Smart, and I go around. I'm like 6 as after the rain, and then I come back after that. He went 4 red. That was a lucky break, and I hate it for Michael Smart because I think he was 00. He was like, I mean, he just popped out a 4 red against me at the wrong time. I mean, he just, but I had that, and then I come back, and the sun's all in my eyes. The next run after I mean, it's like all in the tree, and I'm like, wow. And I was able to get an 18. Felt good about that. And like I said, I had to run that. I was 11 of them left. I'm like, man, I'm gonna mess around and get down in the middle of this. And I was 35, he was 33, and I went down there and just set it down and went dead on with a 6 or a 7. That part I did right. He's sitting over at dead 0, so he had me cleaned up. He's 35 pack, and I'm 35 on the tree. So,
well, sound like you was hitting the tree better than me though. Up to that point, you talking about, I mean, I never was.
I sat there 28 to 50 is where I was just, and I was like, and I finally really I switched lanes and seemed like I got on it over in the right lane. I don't know what would I, but like I said, I don't know why I was 35. I didn't feel like I was 35. I felt pretty decent. I was going for it, but it's one of them deals. But it was fun. It was fun. I it's got a lot more respect for foot breakers because I mean I sit there and watch, like Brent Hyde, he 00, and then and then Steve, and then Chad. I know Chad might have had some bad but I didn't really see them. I seen the good ones. And then and then I'm talking to Michael Smart, and he's talking about all his good, he's having a pretty good day, and them guys don't play over. We talk about how tough it is. Them foot breakers is tough. They are tough.
I was talking with Stevie Dustin. He had messaged me after the race, and he's like, "Man, I hate that I missed because I guess he still has his motorbike for his car and all." And I'm like, and I was joking around, or I wasn't joking. I was being serious, or whatever. I was like, "Man, I could have let you double up with me." And he's like, "Nah." He said, "If it was a top bulb race, he said I can adapt faster." He said, "But foot braking, it just takes that seat time and stuff to." Getting you groove, getting you, find what works and what needs, what tweaks and stuff you need to make. I mean, it ain't there. I ain't saying top bulb racing's simple by no means, but you got a box there that you can adjust your numbers with. We don't, so I mean,
there's so many variables. What foot breakers do, not saying there ain't variables to a top bulb, but the variables, it's you, the driver, has to adapt and overcome that, and that's a lot of it. But I have a lot of respect for the guys that can do one that can race with top bulb guys hitting the bottom, but guys that can hit the bottom and also let go and be competitive both. it takes a lot of, focus and whatever the words you're looking for. But that's the focus is the biggest thing to be competitive.
The stuff I don't have.
yeah. I seen where the bracket finals at the IHRA bracket finals at Union is a go. So I hope they can avoid as much rain as they can. I know it's Chad, you're going, is that right?
That's right. I want to give my shout out, Team Shadyside.
Now is Renee going to run as well?
Every Dotson's going to be there.
Oh.
Joey, Dalton, Parker, Will, Renee, me. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm thankful. Shadyside's got a full team going. I mean, I think the weather's don't think it's gonna hold us back. I mean, I'm talking about whole team Shadyside back. I know there's Union racers listening, and I know we're going to your home track and Pageland and all. I can see Shadyside winning this, and I can see I can see some racers from Shadyside winning the main events on top of that as well. So.
Hey, you heard it here first on the Pat Robbins.
Right.
Hey, I'm thinking a Calcutta needs to be had with all these Dotsons. That'd be pretty good.
Shout out.
All jokes aside, which I know we got the WDRA bracket finals is next week at Galot. Yeah, and good luck to the guys this weekend, guys and girls this weekend and next weekend. But something that me and Tom kind of would hope you guys would do, if you do some videos, whether it's cars, your car going on the racetrack, it's pictures, of your car. If you guys make a video of goofing around in the pits, tag us. I'm not savvy on the Facebook. That's Tom's area, but tag our Facebook page. Let's get some more traffic with it. We'd really appreciate that, and we could keep up with you guys, and the guys and girls that aren't there, they can keep up with what you guys are doing too. This week and next, it'd be pretty cool to see. And it don't just have to be Shadyside. It don't have to be Union or Greer or Pageland, and it can be any track. If spread the word for sure. But you got Greer's got the 5:30, 6:30 index and a bracket race this Saturday again. Hopefully the weather can hold off for them as well. I know the fling. Wayman says next year.
Keep coming.
The fling was rained out today, so they'll hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate for them as well, going from tomorrow and through the end of the week. But good luck. I know we got a handful of folks up that way racing and some that tune into what we do. Good luck to y'all as well. But y'all got anything? Am I missing anything?
Is going back to Wyson, I mean, are they WDRA or are we gonna have to wrestle?
Yeah, they WDRA.
He told me in a text last week that they are coming. Him and Atwood both are coming, and it's going to be nostalgic bracket finals, old school bracket finals with them there. So,
all right.
So yeah, be a good time to catch up with them. And
that'd be the first bracket finals Eddie's been to in
long time.
Oh my God, a long time.
Yeah. And he's liable to come up here and do some good for sure.
Oh yeah. He lost, I think, by 1,000th. If 5 cars. So they was trying to get that thing down where him and Terry ran each other in the finals. I told him, I said, you just need to go up there and get down there and lay it to the old boy. Get after it, son.
You were saying about that one run at the nighttime. If you get past it, you can take time out. if they let Eddie keep coming around and racing, competition better look out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, steady Eddie get back at it, it'll be on.
You know, I've told Eddie, I've said, man, back in the day, you raced like we do nowadays. Back in the day, we had the old bulbs where you'd pick up 20. It's getting dark. I better add 10 to the box. You know, you'd chase it throughout the night. It's about like shoe polish. Well, now you go in there, seems like to me, your best hit is about your first hit on the tree. And you'll kind of maintain there, and if nothing else, you might add a few thousandths or this or that to cover something, but you'll usually take out. You'll go the other way. But in Eddie, I can remember many a night down there at Wire Shoals, he'd have a 002 light, and I'm like, what are you going to do? What you going to do to your box? I'm going to leave it alone. And he'd go out there and be like 001 red or something. I'm like, man, if you just chase that thing a little bit, you'd be. But he would be consistent. But his margin was so tight that he raced with. That was just what I thought about his racing. But as far as getting on it, he can get on it.
Yeah.
And he's done well down here. He just seemed like a Little Gremlins has got it down here, or he'd have probably done 1-1.
Chad, you got anything?
Speaking of nostalgia and OGs, I want to give my condolences to the Vaughn family as well. I mean, I guess from our generation, I consider Butch one of the OGs from Greer.
Oh yeah.
Him, Buddy Norris, and some of that crowd. I mean, they're slipping out on us. So, but yeah, I hated to hear that about Butch. And but looking at some of them videos and stuff that he had, it was I can remember the old black Mons and stuff they ran. So, but yeah, my prayers and condolences to the family and stuff involved there.
Did he have a black Vega before the Mons? I remember Joel had the red Vega, and seemed like during that same time, and he had a black Vega.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was a young boy, then, but I remember him having the black Vega, and then looking at these pictures, I remember the Mons, and then the Camaro. He had the Camaro before Chris, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think maybe Chris and Butch went in together to build the Camaro, and Chris kind of drove it. And then, he started helping Adam and CJ with juniors, and the car didn't get run a whole lot. So, but yeah, he has some ties with the Camaro, yes.
Well, he always had a smile on his face and nothing but just, he was, I enjoyed talking to him. I know that.
Yeah, he was always so positive. Like I said early on in the show, he was so positive and I want to know about you, but you could tell physically he didn't need to be there, didn't feel like being there, but he was going to be there. He just loved racing. So, but yeah, he definitely be missed for sure. But
Tom, I don't need another nickname. I've got too many nicknames now as it is, Lizard and Chatty Daddy and everything else. Whatever that's. I'm way past my prime, that's for sure. So
that's talking about people posting videos or pictures or little messages. I see Jana's gonna have her camera, so we better look out. We better look out. She's gonna catch that one shot, I guess. So, y'all have anything else before we get off here?
No, just Chad. Keep us informed. We'll probably text them back and forth, but I'm gonna go on the record. You want me to go on the record and make another prediction?
Oh,
go
Lord.
ahead. I'm with you.
Chad wins this weekend.
We're talking about the main event or just a race?
He's gonna win the main event.
Oh Lord.
He's probably gonna win the gamblers race too.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna put him in the hot seat.
Well, you done got everybody. You done got everybody's watching. They're gonna be fired up, primed, and ready now.
Do you want to go 50 on that one, Rusty?
No,
Who wins the main event?
no, you backed me in the corner last week, and you got me messed up. I could see it happening for sure. Yeah, I could definitely see it happening.
I ordered some slicks from Dale, so if you want to run across the road and give him that 50 toward my tires, that'd be okay. All right.
Hey, is there a way that I'll give him the 50, but can I give him $5 like a week for 10 weeks? Will that work out?
I don't know about that.
He's probably watching or will watch it. So
Yeah.
maybe he'll be good with it.
Get my 50, Dale. Get my 50.
All right, Chad, good luck. Congratulations on your win, and good luck to you and the 75 Datsuns that's going to be there.
I'd be in everybody's crosshairs. They'll chase me the stage lanes, just wanting to wear me out now.
You'll be all
Uh,
No,
Good
thank
luck,
y'all.
man. We have a safe trip, and I hope the rain leaves y'all alone where you can focus. And I hate for rain to dictate any kind of stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
yeah,
But thank y'all for letting me be on the show again.
oh
yeah.
yeah,
Good luck
Appreciate
and go Team Shady Side this
yes,
weekend.
sir.
appreciate everybody watching. For
Where
sure.
all we need is a what?
Mic and opportunity.
Oh, take us home, Hayden. Take us home, buddy.